a spiritual journey doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It's about taking it one step at a time. Today, we're going to talk about my top 10 tips to getting started on your own spiritual journey. I've cultivated this list through my own experience and how I started on my own journey, as well as talking to my students and hearing the best things that have worked for them. Feeling lost? That's completely normal in a situation like this. Think about it less like a test you have to pass and more like an invitation to explore. Spirit really truly does meet you exactly where you are today, and even the smallest spark of curiosity can get you started. If you're caught on the word spirit, I want you to know that my definition is that it's an intelligent, subtle energy that surrounds all of us. And the feeling that we all feel when we tap into that spiritual connection is love, encouragement, a sense of empowerment and grounding. And spirit connects to us in both ways that are seen and unseen. And so that's what we're talking about today. Number 1, let's start with curiosity. So step into this with curiosity and intention, but not pressure. You don't need to feel like you've got to do it all yourself. Don't think about it as this pressure of, I have to have this happen this way. Just say, I'm going to open the door to any experience that's coming to me. Wonder and excitement really raise the vibration and make it easier for spirit to connect with you. So the second you start to play or be happy or sing a song and dance, you're raising that vibration and it makes it easier for spirit to connect to you. Intention sets everything. So if your intention is to connect to spirit, to heal, to get guidance, that is what will happen. Number 2 is notice the nudges. The first thing to do is just notice the subtle changes that happen in your body, outside of your body, or even signs that you're seeing out in the open. Lean into the smallest things. Do you see birds? Do you see numbers repeated? Do you see butterflies all over the place in print and in real life? Do you sometimes get that gut feeling, that all-knowing about someone? That is the start of your own spiritual connection. Number 3 is really to learn the language of spirit. And I would recommend an exercise called Sitting in the Power. What that does is it's like a subtle meditation that connects your energy to the energy of spirit or the universe or our universal consciousness, whatever you'd like to call it. It allows that information to flow back and forth. And it also opens up your energy to be a beacon, a light, a connection point for spirit. Number 4 is try a different tool. So what I mean by that is use something to help you along on your journey. So tarot cards, oracle cards, pendulums, crystals, automatic writing, they all can help us kind of connect to that energy using kind of an intermediary. It can help, especially in the beginning, to kind of trust those messages by using the message that's being shown to you. Everybody's ability is unique. If I listed out one of those things and it really spoke to you, like if I said Oracle deck and you thought, I'd really like to try an Oracle deck, run with that. That's noticing the nudges and being curious about the spiritual connection. Number 5, your path is uniquely yours. If you try something that a friend tries and it doesn't work for you, not a problem, move on. Fail spectacularly with any exercise you're doing, because then you'll know this really, really worked for me or this really, really didn't work for me. The best connections feel easy. So if there's something that stands out to you as being easy, go after that thread. I'll give you an example. For me, tarot feels like a foreign language. The thing that has always felt very right and the thing that came first to me was mediumship. Spirit speaks to you in your own particular lovely way. My readings look very different than other mediums' readings. And you know what? There's a medium out there for everyone. Number 6, this one sounds easy, but it can be one of the hardest. And that's to trust what you feel. It's really about doing the work on yourself and believing in yourself and trusting the message. Also practice. Practicing over and over and over again on your own and with a partner can help to validate that information and help you trust it in the future. I highly recommend affirmations that feel right to you. Work on small things this week. I am enough. I'm going to say that to myself every morning when I get up and before I go to bed. I am enough. I am enough. Number 7 is one of my favorites. Find yourself a community. And what I mean by that is a community of like-minded individuals who will help you on your path. People who will not gaslight you and tell you this is how it has to be done, but instead help you grow your ability up from the ground like a seed in the earth. I affectionately have friends I call the Coven. We meet about once a month and dive into everybody's spiritual gifts in different ways and allow it to kind of unfold how it should. How do you find these people? I have two suggestions. Casual conversation where you start to talk about using your intuition more may open the door to other people already in your circle of friends who may be on the same journey. The second one, which is a little bit more of a home run, is befriending people in the classes that you take to become part of your own spiritual journey. Number 8 is one where I feel like we all could just use this reminder. Be patient with yourself, give yourself grace. Spiritual journeys ebb and flow. Sometimes you may have all the time in the world to devote to this, and other times life takes over. And guess what? That's okay. Life can take over. We are humans living an earthbound life. For some, their gift arrives suddenly, and sometimes that can be a bit jarring. For others, it needs to be developed over time, and that can be a little bit frustrating. In either instance, just know that you need to be patient with yourself and allow that spiritual connection to ebb and flow. If you're suddenly feeling discouraged or disconnected, I would go back to the basics. Sit in the power, review what the clairs look like, and then also just spend the time on yourself and raising your own vibration. And then return back to your spiritual practice, and things should, over time, kind of smooth out. One other tip here is to write things down. I still have my notes from my very first class at Arthur Findlay, and I will tell you, I open them up and I still get nuggets many years later. So I highly recommend jotting down anything that comes to you that you can then reflect back on in 6 months, a year's time, and really help you see that there has been progress despite maybe your own impatience. Number 9 is for those of us who have been practicing a bit, but all of a sudden it changes. Don't freak out when your spiritual journey changes. I will tell you this, when I first started doing mediumship, I would get the relationship to my sitter immediately as a word in my head. This is her maternal grandmother. This is her best friend. I would get it immediately. That changed. All of a sudden, 6 months in, I wasn't getting anything. I was getting like, that happens. Don't panic. Don't panic. Usually that comes right ahead of a big breakthrough. For me, that was exactly what happened. I could feel more and more information aside from just the relationship to the spirit, but it was coming very, very, very fast. And it's almost like I needed to go through that lull to come back stronger. Number 10, and my final note for you, is to celebrate the little wins. I think we all just want like the fireworks to go off and have this big, enormous experience with spirit. And sometimes that does happen. But the subtlety and the small movements and the small signs are the things that really make our spiritual connection a day-to-day occurrence, and celebrate those. Did you get a sign for yourself that your grandmother was near? Did you pull cards today and it really helped you in that moment? Those are the wins that you should really take to heart and know that your spiritual journey is unfolding. If you've enjoyed my list, please follow along with me on all of my social channels. I am Emily Snyder of Connected Intuition. As always, stay open, stay curious, and stay connected with Connected Intuition. See you next week.